Hello everyone, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing today? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Good morning, Alexander, evolving trader. You're welcome, bro. Kishore, good morning from Canada, bro. Thank you, Jai. Thank you, Wills. Okay, so we'll start today. And today I'm not trading, okay? That's the reason I'm tape reading, and I thought like doing it with you all, because today we got two high impact news at 8:30 and at 10 o'clock, okay? So after 8:30 we can have a potential setup at 9:20 to 9:40, but we also got news at 9:45. Chicago PMI is a medium impact news. At 10 o'clock we got CB consumer confidence. So yeah, let's see what happens, and I'll be here until 10 or 11. Okay, so we'll do two macros, 920 to 940, 950 to 1010, and then silver bullet plus the macro inside it, 1020 to 1040. Okay, I'll tape read 3 macro sessions with you all today. So let's start with Dow. Okay, I'll go through Dow, ES, and NASDAQ before 8:30 plus dollar. Okay, so remind me if I forget to talk about dollar. So on weekly chart, on Dow there's not much. We are just going for the buy side after clearing out the sell side liquidity from here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Yep. Okay, so we have a volume imbalance right here on weekly chart, and as you guys can see, price hit it clearly, right? And it's moving towards buy side. There's nothing else on weekly chart other than this down close candle, which is working as a breaker. Okay, so it's a very good resistance level for price to go towards sell side liquidity. So okay, let's see today if price is rejecting from the day weekly breaker. Okay, I'm just gonna mark it, and the color, let's make it red. And on daily chart there's a lot more things going on, and it's way more visible on daily. What do you guys see here? Why my mouse is doing things like this? Okay, so we have a higher high, then a new higher high. So what are these down close candles? A breaker, right? We have the breaker here, price hit the breaker. Also we have an order block right here. Why this order block is so important? Because look here, it's coming with this fair value gap. So now the price is rejecting from here. It's a good resistance level. Why? We got weekly breaker, right? Then we got daily breaker, and then daily order block plus fair value gap. So if for me to get bullish again, price will have to go above the mean threshold of this order block. Once this mean threshold of this order block is broken, we can target this high, and possibly price will reach all the way up here because this fair value gap is at premium. But for now, the price broke the mean threshold, the 0.5% of this order block. It didn't, right? It stopped right at the midway. After it hit it, it stopped, and the bodies of the candle, look where it's staying. It's staying inside this fair value gap. Plus this candle is respecting daily breaker, then the weekly breaker that I showed you guys, right? So let me mark it. So this is a CB, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. It's a bearish fair value gap, and then we have the order block here aligned with the weekly order block. So now let's go to 4-hour chart. That's how I do my everyday analysis, folks. Okay, when I'm trading live, the same thing I'm doing again and again. I'm just marking the PD areas that are visible on chart, that make sense to me, that are easy to spot. Okay, I'm not doing like complex thing, right? You guys can understand what I'm doing here because it's very simple the way I do it. And now on 4-hour chart, we had this buy side liquidity that price cleared here, buy side liquidity, then all of these order blocks, right? We saw it on daily chart. Now on 4-hour chart, it's a couple of candles now. Also we took this buy side liquidity on 4-hour, plus we have these breakers, higher high, new higher high. So the stop hunt was here, price made a new high, these down close candles becomes our breaker. So I'm just gonna mark the mean threshold of these down close candles. Why am I not marking all of it? Because it's 4-hour, right? And we are trading on where? 1 minute, 3 minute, 30 second. So the quadrant levels of higher time frame PD area will be very sensitive on lower time frame. So what quadrant levels? Let me show you guys. That's what I mean when I'm talking about quadrant levels. That's how I measured the higher time frame PDRS. Okay, so if you guys watched our mentor's live stream from yesterday, it was his final commentary, and I posted a note on my Twitter here, as you guys can see. 1 2 3 4 5 6. At the 6th point, he mentioned, like, when I wrote it down because I was taking notes. I shared my notes on Twitter. You guys can go there and find it out. When ICT using higher time frame PDRA to execute on lower time frame, he uses quadrants on higher time frame PDRA. So what are the quadrant levels? 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.25. Sorry, it was supposed to be 0.75. Okay, so I wrote it wrong. 0.75, 0.5, and 0.25 and 1. And at these levels, price gets sensitive on lower time frame. Okay, so this is a higher time frame PDRA, and we are measuring it. Why? Because at these levels, if price is reaching all the way down here as we are expecting, right, we are still inside this daily CB. So I would like to see price going below it, closing a candle body below, and this is the mean threshold. The upper quadrant 0.75 and the lower quadrant 0.25. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna let it stay here, and now we'll go to 1 hour chart. And on 1 hour chart, what do you guys see? We have a couple more what do you say, breaker blocks, right? Couple of breaker blocks right here, and it's very much visible. But for these breakers to get activated, a fair value gap will have to fail first. Okay, so do you guys see that fair value gap? I'm not talking about this daily one. This is a very important fair value gap. I taught this fair value, how to trade this fair value gap in my 3-day bootcamp. And once price closes a candle body below this fair value gap, okay, why is this fair value gap so important? Because this is the last fair value gap before price cleared out the buy side liquidity, and it's a major buy side liquidity, right? So that's the reason it's so important, because it formed in the smart money reversal zone. So the fair value gap that forms in the smart money reversal zone, these fair value gaps are important as an inversion. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk deep about this because I already shared it in my private mentorship. Sorry, private bootcamp. I did a 3-day bootcamp. We are done doing day 1 and day 2. So in day 2, I shared how to trade when price forms a model like this. Okay, so we'll be watching this fair value gap, and we want to see price going below it. Okay, we don't want to see price getting support from it because it's a BC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. That means what? It's a bullish fair value gap, and that's what we don't like to see. We want to see price going lower. Okay, when I'm on 50-minute chart, I will show you guys why I'm expecting price lower. We also have the logic from the daily, weekly chart, but we also have another logic on regular trading hours. So let's mark this. It's a BC that we are expecting to be turned out into an inversion. So when a fair value gap fails, it turns into what? It turns into inversion. So every PDRA can be reclaimed and used many times, other than volume imbalance. Okay, volume imbalance, you can use it only until price closes a candle's body inside. Okay, so that's the reason volume imbalance is different than fair value gap and other PDRs, because even after price closes a candle's body below this inversion, we'll be able to use it again and again every single time price is coming back here. Okay, if price forms another inversion, then I'll forget about this one and then use the next one. But if there's no inversion in coming future, then this is gonna be my level of target. So we have our sell side liquidity right here, but before that, I would like to see how price reacts here. If price is potentially forming any sell side, any bearish trades for us. Okay, I'm not gonna take the trades because, as I told you guys, I'm not gonna push the button here because today, because we got 2 high impact news and I only trade till like 10 o'clock. That's it. 2-3 macros, I only focus inside there. If I don't find the setup, that's it. I'm calling it a day. And today, like every single news release is like before my macro or after my macro. So that's the reason I'm expecting a volatile day. That's the reason I'm not gonna trade but tape read and gain some experience with you all. Okay, so let's go to 50-minute chart. Now price hit this a bearish fair value gap, sorry, bullish fair value gap from the hourly chart. What do you guys see here on 50-minute? Another breaker, right? Breaker is so easy to spot. Where is this breaker? Do you guys see it? Higher high, new higher high. So these down close candles becomes what? Our breaker. Do we have a fair value gap alongside with breaker? Yes, right here. So we'd like to see price rejecting from here. Okay, if price wanna tap here, it's okay, it's in a premium fair value gap, but the best reaction of a breaker forms in these fair value gaps. Okay, when price is closing candles body below the breaker, if price forms a fair value gap at this time, it's a very high probability fair value gap. So it's our CB on 15-minute. And now I would like to see price rejecting from here. I'm not gonna measure it because I can eyeball it, but if you guys want to seek precision, you guys can measure it and expect a rejection from the 0.5 level, the midway. And price already did that, right? Price already hit the midway and it's rejecting. Yes, perfectly to the tick. 0.5 level got hit. So price hit the premium of this fair value gap. Now let's see if price is rejecting or it still wanna push higher. So let's see what's going on in the regular trading hours. Okay, we are yet to open the market. This is why I'm expecting a bearish price action. Price may not reach all the way down here today, but this week it's very possible for us to see it. But if war is like becoming an international war, the war in Israel and Palestine, then I believe we'll go higher. Okay, we are not going lower. If the war is like getting into all Arab countries, and that's where I think they will do it. The Arab countries, they are not responding to anything because Palestinians, they're Muslims, right? So Arab countries were supposed to protect them and they're doing nothing. And Israel is just bombing people, all the people there. So what Israel doing is the genocide, clean genocide. Okay, there's no way, like, why kill the civilians? And I believe the Arab countries will rise again and a war is coming. Yesterday I shared on my Telegram a interview with Putin, and he was talking like a full establishment of Palestine, a free Palestine. So if they are doing it, a full establishment of Palestine, then there's no Israel. And what I believe is Israel is one of the most powerful country, right? Okay, so let me check. So let's see what happens here. We also have this fair value gap here. So a couple of bullish PDRAs all the way up here, right? And this unfilled new regular trading hour gap is what I'm expecting to get filled. Not today, but this is what is acting as a magnet for price. So I'm gonna keep watching it. Now let's go to ES and see what's happening here. Let's move back to electronic trading hours. Let's go to the daily chart. And what do you guys see on ES? We have a couple of relative equal lows down here, right? Price was already moving aggressively towards sell side. So now it's reaching for what? It's reaching for a premium PDRA to go down again. Because it's a bearish trend, right? So trend is our friend. We just have to find from which A plus bearish PDRA price will use to reject. So what do we have here? If you guys watched our mentor's stream yesterday, he already mentioned what's gonna happen. We are watching this volume imbalance from the daily chart. So if I drop down to the hourly, it makes way more sense. So what mentor was marking yesterday and telling us to focus above the swing high, because this swing high hit the volume imbalance here just by a tick. Yeah, 2 ticks I believe. Yeah, so what I'm expecting to see, as our mentor told us, I'm expecting to see price reaching inside this fair value gap, sorry, volume imbalance, and clearing out buy side liquidity from here, and then possibly push lower. And what's different? What's the difference with ES and Dow? Look here, ES is pushing higher and Dow is pushing lower, so that's a low probability condition. Why? They both should move together in a high probability condition. ES and Dow, most of the time when they are generating high probability setup, they are moving together. Okay, so this is gonna be my target on ES, and we'll see like if price is rejecting from here, and if they continue to behave opposite to each other, then what I believe is Dow will go higher, and ES will we will see a potential run towards sell side liquidity in this fair value gap. So that's it. That's what I'm looking on ES. I'm not trading on ES. I only use ES as a confirmation chart. As I'm trading on Dow, they move together, they generate high probability SMT. So that's what I'm watching. We're 3 minutes behind the high impact news. So let's go to NASDAQ. NASDAQ was okay. So I forgot to talk about the regular trading hour gap. So on ES, what do you guys see? Price generated a regular trading hour gap yesterday, and it did came back down. It on Dow it didn't, right? So what is this? It's a SMT that got generated inside ES and NASDAQ. They both tapped inside the new week opening, sorry, regular trading hours gap from yesterday, right? So take on your notes, a SMT, a high probability SMT forms inside the regular trading hours gap. So if, as I showed you guys on Dow, what do you guys see? Dow didn't reach all the way down here inside this regular trading hour gap, right? But what ES did, ES came all the way down. If I drop down to like 1 minute chart, there will be a low. So there is a SMT. I don't need to go on the 1 minute chart to confirm it. If you guys doubt, then you can do it by yourself, but this is a high probability SMT. So take on your notes, a high probability SMT forms inside regular trading hours gap. So let's go to NQ and look at this regular trading hours gap. What do you guys see? Yeah, price filled it, tapped inside it, right? Which Dow didn't. That's why they pushed higher, and Dow was the strongest, right? Take another note too, folks. The pair that is not hitting the regular trading hours gap is gonna be the strongest pair. Okay, so these are the gems like I'm dropping for free, and yeah, it took a lot of time from my side to find it out. I hope you guys will appreciate it, and thumbs up the like button. So we have relative equal lows down here. We also have relative equal highs here. So liquidity in both sides of the marketplace on NQ. So we'll see what happens. I'm expecting a drop inside this fair value gap as we have relative equal lows down here. So we'll see. High probability condition is NASDAQ moving opposite to ES and Dow. So that's what I would like to see. Okay, ES and Dow moving together, and NASDAQ moving opposite to ES and Dow. This is the high probability condition. If everything is aligned and they are behaving as they should, we'll look for a setup. Okay, so let's go to Dow and see what's happening. And a beautiful look at the rejection here, folks. It never gets, you won't find precision like this. Okay, what did I told you guys? What did I told you guys? That price, the best reaction from a breaker happens at the fair value gap that price generates when it's closing a candle's body below the breaker, right? And did price respect this fair value gap? It did. How do I know it? Because I do a lot of tape reading. Okay, I'm a very patient person. I can just sit in front of my computer. What I was doing before, I don't do it anymore. Like I was sitting all day and basically tape reading every other market, Dow, ES, and the bonds, all that good stuff. So that's how I got my experience, and I know that when price generates scenarios like this, these scenarios repeats again and again on higher time frame, on lower time frame, on other pairs, forex, crypto, and all that stuff. Okay, so what did I told you guys? We want to see price coming down here, showing us that it wanna continue its trend towards sell side liquidity. And didn't you guys heard me calling the market lower from this fair value gap? Yeah, so do I deserve a like? If so, hit the like button. By the way, I'm not looking at the chat window. Once I'm done talking and explaining, I'll look at the chat window. Also we generated a relative equal high here. Okay, as long as we are staying below these order blocks, we are safe. We are not expecting price to reach and clear out this relative equal high as long as we are staying below these order blocks. Okay, folks. So I'm looking at on 5-minute chart, looking very good. We have a fair value gap here. I would like to see it broken as we have clean lows down here, right? This is probably a SMT with ES. So I'd like to see price coming all the way down here and a lot of unfilled fair value gap down here, right? So let's see what price did on 1 minute. Let's see if price formed any breaker, because at 820 to 840, that's a macro, right? So what do we expect inside macro? A breaker to form. Did price form a breaker here? Do you guys see it? So breaker here is a little bit choppy for the newcomers. Okay, the newbies, they won't spot it right away, but I'm gonna help you. We have a high here, and all the way up we have a couple of higher highs. So price did, how many times price did a stop hunt on buy side? 1, right? Count with me. 2, and up here 3, third time, because price generated a swing high here and then went above. So this is basically like a 3 drive pattern. 3 dive pattern is very important. You can use it for turtle soup setup, and I'm gonna talk about this 3 dive pattern in my day 3 lecture, okay, which will be turtle soup. So if you guys wanna hear more in-depth lecture on turtle soup, inversion, breaker, then you guys can check out my 3-day workshop which I'm doing, and you will find the info in my Telegram, and the Telegram link is in the description below. So we have our breaker right here. Okay, why am I not considering these down close candles as a breaker? That's a good question, but nobody asks me questions like that. Anyway, because there's no higher high. Okay, there's no high that price went above. Price was just retracing back to a discount PDA, this fair value gap. Once price hit it, it came down with a high resistance liquidity run. It generated swing high here, then swing high here. So 3 dive pattern was visible. Price was also generating what? Trend line liquidity. So the folks who are in my 3-day bootcamp, we already know when price generates trend line liquidity before macro. What is this? It's the accumulation phase. Inside macro, we expect to see what? Manipulation. So for my 3-day bootcamp members, I'm just gonna show it to you all, like how price behaves inside macros. Okay, I'm not gonna talk in depth because it's a premium lecture, but this is what price does mostly outside macro. So this is the accumulation, okay, then this is the manipulation, which we expect to see happening inside macro. Okay, this is the high probability. If the manipulation is happening outside macro, then it's a low probability setup. If the manipulation is happening inside macro, there's a high probability setup. So once price does the stop hunt, and we expected a reverse, right? We are expecting a reverse because we had trend line liquidity right here. I shared multiple profiles to trade on macros, okay? And every single day, every single time price is trading inside macros, those market profiles will be visible. I put it in a very easy way, so the folks who did the 3-day bootcamp, they can vouch for me that it was very easy to understand, very simple. I put it like the easiest way possible. I did that. So where's our distribution phase? Once price did that stop hunt, this is our distribution phase. Okay, now you're gonna say me, okay, Hydra, you are doing it in hindsight. I did the same thing again and again when I was live streaming before, and we'll also do it when price is also approaching towards the new macro. So remember, folks, before price starts a macro, price will generate trend line liquidity, relative equal lows, and at the macro, price will clear it out. Okay, so what's happening here? A 1-minute chart looks a little bit like choppy as we are generating a lot more volume imbalance. We also I would have loved to see a relative equal low down here. So let's see what happens. Price is just chopping here, and I personally consider after 840 till 920 as a manipulation range, as a choppy range. Okay, we also have a 850 to 910 macro, but personally I don't trade that. Okay, because most of the time from my experience, what I saw, that price is getting choppier, delivering high resistance liquidity. Okay, so our high probability setup forms when in low resistance liquidity run. So we'll see what happens. There's no potential setup that I see other than price hitting this fair value gap on 30-second chart. Okay, on 1 minute chart, fair value gap here, right? And why is this fair value gap so important? We saw the same structure on 1 hour chart on Dow. Do you guys remember? Let me take you guys back and show it to you again. Okay. Let me hide the drawings, hide all. Okay, so now let's look here. What is this? Oh, it was on 15 minute, I believe. Yeah, it was on 50 minute, not on hourly chart. My bad. So fair value gap here, right? Where? When price closed the candle's body below the breaker. Now let's come to 1 minute chart. When I was watching this, I told you guys that the same structure will repeat on every fucking time frame out there. Daily, weekly, then 1 minute, 30-second, as low as you can go. Even 1 second chart, you'll see it, but I never traded on 1 second. So what is this here? Let me put my drawings back. Do you guys see the same formation here again? Do you guys see that? So this is our breaker, right? I told you guys that I'm considering this as a breaker. Price necessarily don't have to go all the way up, do a stop hunt to make this a breaker. Price already did couple of stop hunt here. So this is also a formation of breaker. So this is the breaker, right? On 50-minute chart, what did I told you guys? When price is closing a candle's body below, we expect to see a fair value gap forming. Okay, so when this fair value gap formed, it's a high probability fair value gap. Why? Because it's coming with a breaker, and yeah, very good rejection towards sell side liquidity from this breaker. So from this breaker and fair value gap, we are expecting price lower, but we will wait and see how price reacts in these quadrant levels. What are these quadrant levels? We got it from the higher time frame, the daily chart, right? Sorry, 4-hour chart. We got it from the 4-hour chart. Now let's talk about dollar. Let's talk about dollar. I should have talked about it before price did the high impact news release, because I was expecting a bullish delivery, and that's what happened. And I didn't mention it before, so now it's a hindsight. Anyway, what I'm expecting to see, price coming all the way up in this inversion. Okay, in this inversion, the folks who did my 3-day bootcamp, they know why this inversion is so important. Why is it so powerful? For me to expect a bullish price action on dollar, price will have to go above this inversion, close a candle's body above, and get support from it. But what I'm expecting to see, bearish dollar from this inversion. Keep in mind that, folks, this is not a high probability signal that I'm doing, because we also have relative equal highs in a form of trendline liquidity. Price is doing what? Respecting trendline liquidity. So if it wanna continue respect trendline liquidity, it can come all the way up, and we have a fair value gap right here, right? Alongside what? With a breaker. The same formation again, folks. I told you guys it will continue to form on every fucking pair. Okay, I can take you on this Shiba. I believe no one trades this SHIB USDT, and I can show you the same formation forming here. You guys can see a couple of stock, right? The same formation. Go on the stock chart, every time frame you'll find this formation forming, this breaker and fair value gap. Okay, so where is it? It's here. Where? Okay, here. So this is our breaker. And did price close the candles body below the breaker? Yes. Did price generated a fair value gap? Yes. Did price tapped inside the fair value gap alongside with the breaker? No. It just came back like a little bit, touched the wick of the breaker, but left most of the fair value gap unfilled. So if this inversion is getting broken, I would like to see price reaching all the way up here. Why? I told you guys that we have a buy side liquidity here, plus this fair value gap is mostly unfilled. So yeah, I would like to see price reaching all the way up here. What are you guys doing in chat? Let me read some chat, okay? Do you have a preference on what chart you mark up in regards to NQZ 2000? Okay, NQ1, why am I using it? Because it's a continuous chart. In NQZ 2023, these are not continuous chart. Once the contract ends, you will have to like change. And ES1, YM1 in these charts, price does it. They do it automatically, okay? I don't have to do anything at the end of the contract. So it will keep changing again and again, and yeah, basically because of that. Otherwise the price action is same, okay? There's no difference in Dow and NQZ, NQY in different months. There's no difference, trust me. Good morning, Dale. How are you, bro? Dale has been my longest supporter, okay, since the day one. Even on Twitter I saw him when I had like 4 or 5k followers, I believe. Since then Dale is like every day watching my stream. So good to see you, Dale. Jennifer, I don't have the group yet. Okay, Jennifer is asking, do I have a group where I do live stream every day? I don't yet, but very soon I'll launch a mentorship there. You guys will see me live streaming, okay, with live funds. Here I'm just using demo accounts, but in my mentorship you guys will see me using my live funds and executing in front of you 2 days in a week. So there's a lot of things coming with mentorship. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy it. So until then you will have to wait, Jennifer, or you can join my Telegram group down below. If I'm doing any live stream for free, I'm always updating the timings there. Dodd, you wrote a lot of things, Dodd. Dodd Gargar, Israel was willing to work with them and share. Think about this, Israel has Muslims in their government. Muslims live in Israel safely, yet 800 Jews were... Bro, you don't know history. The war is not started this month, okay? Not even before. It's been going on for years. Israel has been killing Palestinians for more than a decade, okay? They are bombing. Bombing is not new, okay? Look at the news, like past news from 1 year ago. You will see reporters reporting Israel is bombing again and again, okay? So I don't support Israel. Me, I stand with Palestine. And we'll see what happens. Israel is powerful, okay? They mostly own the most expensive big businesses in the world. Like every major company that you can name, every big company is there. So yeah, I believe they have a great control over the whole world. That's why no one is responding. Even the Muslim countries, they are not cutting the oil. Israel don't have oil. They get oil from Turkey, Saudi Arabia, but they're not cutting the oil, right? Why? Israel is powerful. But you cannot be powerful forever when you are killing innocent people, okay? We'll see what happens, okay? We are not worrying about that. What we are worrying is like how price will behave here. Okay, it's not a Jewish land, okay, Dodd? I don't know what you are, like where you do your research. Israel was a land for 3 people, Christians, Muslims, and Jews. They were living together there even before like the name Palestine came. Okay, so after the born of Palestine, the born of Palestine, I believe, happened in Ottoman Empire. It was a Muslim empire that put the Muslim world together, and that's how, like, I believe Palestine became powerful. And when the Ottoman Empire fall, like at their end moment, the Israel, the people of the Jewish people, they came to Palestine, and they started taking their lands. You traded the news? No, I'm not trading the news. Even I'm not trading today because we got high impact and medium impact news. So yeah. Okay, Dor, we can talk about this later. Okay, you got some interesting points. So yeah, it's worth it discussing. Anyway, let's focus on our chart. So I'm expecting price to reach all the way up here in this inversion and then drop down. We are not using this trend line, okay, for our analysis. Trend line is a retail logic. What we are expecting to see price reaching, if price is coming all the way up and going above this inversion, I'm expecting to see price reaching up here. But price did a very bullish delivery here. Also, we have another inversion right here. So on lower time frame, if you guys are watching it on, like, suppose on 15-minute, I would like to see this 15-minute candle or the next candle dropping down here, using this inversion to get support and coming all the way up. Okay, that's what I'm expecting. So let's go back to Dow. Okay, so look at here. Are these quadrant levels important? Yes. Now, what did I told you guys when I started my stream? I would like to see what price does at these quadrant levels. Okay, this is a premium level. Price is yet to reach in the discount. So what I believe, price is just going for the discount PDA before pushing lower. And Dow is also moving together with dollar. So this is a low probability condition, and we avoid low probability condition. Okay, what's the high probability? They're moving opposite to each other, Dow and dollar. Okay, so let's see what happens here. We got a good reaction from 0.75. Did price cleared out the low here? Okay, so look here. What did price did here? Price generated a relative equal low down here. Do you guys see it? So relative equal lows are what? Strong sell side liquidity. So now what I believe is that this relative equal low, price will reach for it here. Okay, let me confirm if it's a SMT. Okay, it's not a SMT. So these lows are high probability to me. What price is doing right now is just reaching for the premium PDA before going lower. So we'll just have to identify the high probability premium PDAs. So we have one PDA here, right, alongside with these order blocks. Also, we have this fair value gap. So this fair value gap is more like a BPR. Why? Do you guys see it? So if price is not stopping here, I'm expecting to see price going down from here, from this BPR. Let me mark it. Yeah. Why is it a BPR? Because price generated two fair value gaps alongside each other. That's why it's a BPR. Plus, I believe it's in a, yeah, we're coming with all these order blocks. So fair value gap with order block is a high probability scenario, folks. Okay, always remember that. I want to see price coming down from here. So let's see what it does. Let's see if we can spot any potential setup other than this order block. So if I was like trading today, I would have taken this trade, because look at the time, folks. When price is doing this, 850. Okay, so you'll have to be patient and let price do what it does until it comes inside the macro levels. Okay, this is not a trade that I'm actually taking. What I'm doing is tape reading. So price came back down to this BPR, right? This BPR, we got it from the 5-minute chart here. And what I would like to see, price closing a candle body below this BPR and then getting resistance from this BPR, as we have what? A strong volume imbalance. Sorry, liquidity void, not a volume imbalance. Because, okay, I'm just gonna hide the levels because this quadrant levels is making it choppy. I want my charts clean. Okay, Otherwise I can't focus. So I'm just gonna mark the levels and 0.7, 0.25%. I don't have it. So far, are you guys enjoying my live stream? Am I dropping gems? Is it better than the other people who do live streams? What I see, like other than ICT community, the people who do live stream, the retail traders, they're mostly talking, like doing no talks about the chart. I was watching a streamer yesterday. I believe his name is Don Vo. I don't know if you guys know him. He's quite a famous streamer. So I was watching his stream. In 3-hour stream, he never even talked about anything in chart. They were just talking, gossiping with each other in a group. So I was like, what the hell? And 2,000 people were watching them. I was like, yeah, people deserve, like when they blow their account, that's what they deserve, because they're wasting their time. So what I would like to see, price coming all the way down. We have this liquidity void down here, right? So Jennifer is asking how much is it gonna be for per month. It's not gonna be per month. It's gonna be a one-time payment under $200 for 1 year. So I believe it's a very good deal. You won't find anyone with this level of experience charging so low. Okay, for 1 year. Can you believe that? We'll have the whole course. Okay, I'm sharing the whole course. Plus we'll do 2 live stream every week, plus 2-3 backtesting session of 1 month. Okay. Every month, 2-3 backtesting session of completely 1 month. So what do we see here? Price came down to this fair value gap, right? And now it's going towards buy side liquidity. So if I was in this trade, I will put my stop loss here above this last up close candle. Okay, there's no way for me to hold if price is breaking the mean threshold here of these order blocks. What do I mean by mean threshold? Let me show you. Do you guys see it? What did I do here? I measured these order blocks, these up close candles before the move down, right? So if price is reaching here, that's it. It will go higher. So I'm not expecting price to come all the way up, but if it's coming, this is where I'm stopping 0.5, because this is the discount level, this is the premium level. If price is coming all the way above, it will hit this fair value gap. Okay, but we are expecting to see a rejection from here, as we identified a balanced price range on 5-minute chart, right? So we'd like to see price going down from here. Price generated a low which is also relatively equal to this low, couple of relatively equal lows. So I believe I want to see price going lower from here. Okay folks, I shared the logic, everything. There's no hindsight. I'm not calling like after price is doing it, I'm calling before price is doing it with logic. No random calling, nothing is random here. Everything that happens inside the chart has a algorithmic explanation, and that's what we are doing. Okay, we are not pushing button, we are gaining experience, and experience will serve us long term. Why? Because the same price action repeats, folks, trust me. Okay, once you identify like the common price patterns and you focus on this, yeah, that's it. That's how price works. So I would like to see price going lower. Let's see what price is doing on ES and Q1. So if price is coming all the way down as I'm expecting, I'm missing a trade. Do I care? I don't, because I have a skill that will serve me for my lifetime. Okay, I don't have to worry about finding a setup. A setup is always there, folks, always. I taught inside my 3-day bootcamp that how not to worry about a setup. I taught them how to find setup in every single price run. I shared the market maker sell model, buy model. There is fast stage distribution, there is second stage distribution. That's where we focus. So if we are missing earlier setup, then we can focus on the second stage distribution of a market maker buy or sell model, and that's where a breaker will form, right? Dale is in my mentorship, in my 3-day bootcamp. So yeah, So do you guys see that what price is doing? I avoid trading inside this macro. Why? I told you guys that I trade on low resistance liquidity run. What is low resistance liquidity run? When price is delivering liquidity like this, okay? When price is chopping around, mostly when? After 840 to 910 or 920. Most of the time price will consolidate inside this period. Don't trust me? Go back and watch yesterday's price action at this time period on 1 minute chart, 2 minute chart. Go back and back test the whole month and see what price is doing here. I'm not talking here without experience, folks. I have the experience and you can see it when I'm talking in front of you. Okay. So on ES, same price action, right? Same thing is repeating. ES also did generated these relative equal lows. So they are moving together now. So that means what? It's a high probability condition. Let's see if NQ is moving opposite. Nah, NQ generated a breaker here. Plus it also has a volume imbalance. So what I believe is NQ will reach for this volume imbalance and then push higher. Okay. But Dow and ES, I'm expecting to see a SMT forming here. Okay. ES, okay, wait. I'm gonna put an alert here so that when price is coming down here, I remember. And now let's go back to ES. Look at the relative equal low on ES. Look at the relative equal low on Dow. Now look at NQ. Do we have any relative equal low down here? We don't. So that's the reason I'm expecting to see a reversal from this volume imbalance. Why? Because this PD area is at discount. Okay, folks, discount and premium, that's what matters. Premium to discount, that's premium to discount, and then swing high and swing low. Price runs and provides liquidity there inside macros. Okay, outside macro, nothing happening. Outside macro, price is chopping, consolidating, accumulating orders for macro delivery. That's what's happening. Okay, that's the thing that is happening. So we have a breaker here. We are on 1 minute chart. The let's see on 3 minute. Yeah, 30 second. Very nice breaker alongside with a fair value gap. Okay, the same thing repeated again, folks. On Dow, do you guys remember me talking about this fair value gap? Yes. Why is this fair value gap important? Because this fair value gap got generated when price closed the candle's body below this breaker, right? Where is our breaker? Let me mark it for you. Let me mark it for the newbies. So we have our higher high here, right? This is a swing high. Then we have another higher high here. So a breaker, I'm going to show you the setup. The newbies you don't know. It's very easy to spot. This is it. This is the highest probability setup that you can find in ICT teachings. Okay, this is the highest probability, folks. A fair value gap, that's not it. Fair value gap, when it comes with a breaker, that's what makes it a breaker a high probability. So a breaker alone is also a high probability. So the same price action repeat here, right, folks? The same scenario. What scenario? Price generated a fair value gap, right? Where? When price closed the candle's body below this breaker, and that's what we expect to see. That's the high probability setup. We expect to see when price did generate this fair value gap, we expect to see an immediate rebalance. Okay, this is what an immediate rebalance looks like. That's what I call an immediate rebalance. It's different from what ICT uses, but that's how I refer to it. Price came all the way up, right? We saw the same formation on Dow, 15-minute chart. Then I took you guys on 1 minute chart. The same formation happened. Now the same formation happening on NQ. So if you are only trading this formation, trust me, you will make hell of a profit. Okay, this formation is very profitable. And did price reverse from here? Did it reverse? And did HYDRA called it before? Yes, HYDRA did. How did HYDRA knew that? Tape reading, folks. A lot of fucking tape reading. Okay, so suppose you saw this formation, how will you trade it? That's a very nice question, but nobody asked me. Why you guys don't ask me questions like this? You will put your stop loss above these last down close candles, okay, above the fair value gap, and you will target here. So is it more than 2 hours? Yes, more than 2 hours. In this small run, you can make thousands of dollars here, folks. Thousands of dollars. You don't need to catch 100 points of run. How many points are here? 8 points. Trust me, it depends on how much liquidity, how much balance you have. If you are trading with $10,000, risking 1%, that's a $500 trade. I'm not gonna talk about Forex. I don't trade Forex, so don't ask me about Forex. Okay, folks, so what is happening here? Did you heard me calling this? Let me know in the chat. Did you heard me calling this? Chat. Did you heard me calling this from this BPR, using this BPR? Wasn't there a logic? There was a logic. Didn't I explain it? I did before price did all of this stuff, right? Didn't I manage my stop loss accordingly? I didn't took this trade. We are tape reading, right? But we did manage our stop loss accordingly. Now the price moved in my favor. What I'll do, I'll pull my stop loss at the break even. So there's no risk now. Even if price is coming back up and clearing me out, it's okay. We'll find more setups, but there's no risk. So if you guys are enjoying my live stream, can I get to like 150 likes? I only see that 200 people watching, 250 people watching, only 85 likes. Come on, folks. You guys can support me, right? I'm not charging anything here. I'm dropping gems live in live market callings. No one does that. So I believe we can reach to 150. Let's do it, folks. Let's go to 150 likes. Let's do it. Okay, I'm not talking until we are reaching 150. So if you wanna heard me talking, let's go to 150. Okay, so we reached to 150. Okay, so we did it. Let's look at Dow, what it's doing. So this is gonna be my last line of defense, this BPR. If price is going above this BPR, okay, we are wrong in calling the market, but price did provide a 2R, right? Price did provided us 2R inside this volume imbalance from this high. Our stop loss was here, right? So if we are targeting this volume imbalance, 2.5R trade, folks. Now let's see if price wanna continue its trend towards sell side, or it wanna wait for 930 delivery, as we have relative equal highs here. So if price is clearing these relative equal highs, what I will expect to see price dropping at 930. Remember, folks, we have news at 10 o'clock, so price may just chop around. We'll see. So let's see what dollar doing. Dollar reached in the premium lag, right? Premium inversion. I told you guys that this is a good place for price to reverse, but we'll see. Like if price is going above and closing a candle body above here, okay, then I would like to see price dropping in this inversion again, using this inversion as a support to go where? Go above this buy side liquidity, this buy side liquidity. And this to me is like a high probability because our weekly open is also here. Okay, the weekly open, daily open, true day open, midnight open, 4 opens are very important. Okay, these are the levels that you can use to anticipate how, if price is gonna use it to reject or continue its trend towards buy side or sell side. Okay, if price is going above the weekly opening, daily opening, then midnight opening, true day opening, we can expect to see bullish price action, continue in a trend in bullish price action. Okay, if price is closing and going below the weekly open, the daily open, then true day open, midnight open, and we have strong target like we do have here, right? We have this fair value gap, sorry, this inversion is yet to unfold. And the folks who were in my 3-day bootcamp, do you guys see this? I already taught you guys what you expect to see when price is forming things like this inversion I'm talking about. Dale, do you remember? Let me know in the chat, Dale, if you are watching. Didn't I talk about this inversion? This is a very powerful PD area, okay, folks? Like one of the strongest PD area to expect reversal. Breaker, and then this reversal. Sorry, then this inversion is what I use for a reversal trade. Breaker is a reversal PD area. Okay, inversion is a reversal PD area. Turtle soup is the beginning of every trade. Okay, and I'm gonna teach it in the 3rd day. So this is very important. This inversion formed in the SMR leg. Okay, now look at here. Look at here. If I take you guys on the lower time frame, you guys will see that there's liquidity. So now the price got rejection from this inversion. We already identified it as a bearish PD area, right? I was telling you guys that if price is closing a candle body above, only then we can expect to see this inversion is working as a support. But now it's doing its job. It's working as a resistance. And do we have liquidity? Look close, folks. Look close. That's where you miss good stuff, you know. We have trend line liquidity down here, plus a volume imbalance, plus a fair value gap that is unfilled. Okay, this fair value gap is important because this is an inversion on an hourly chart. So I wanted to see price, before price going higher, I wanted to see price coming down and tapping here, but price didn't. Okay, so what I would like to see now, price dropping here, right? Dow and ES moving higher till 9:30, and at 9:30 or 10 o'clock news, price is expanding higher, lower on Dow and ES, and a dollar expanding higher. That's what I'm expecting to see. As long as price is respecting this inversion, we can expect to see price coming all the way down here. Let's go to 1 minute again, and as you guys can see, price did respected this BPR, right? So we were right in calling the market, folks. We are so right. We were so right in calling the market. Price stopped where? Inside this BPR. Our stop loss was above here. Okay, so price didn't even reach inside our stop loss, and that's a very good rejection from this BPR. Do you guys see the power of BPR now? Okay, there's fair value gap above it, right? There's fair value gap above it, but price didn't reach here. Why? There's no BPR, right? There is the BPR. Plus price generated relative equal lows, and what do you guys see? Price coming all the way down, now clearing out the liquidity. I'm expecting to see price coming down. Okay, so now that price is dropping earlier, okay, I was expecting to see price clearing out this buy side liquidity first, and then continuing its trend towards sell side liquidity. Now that price is dropping lower, what I would like to see price showing us a sign that it want to reverse from 0.5 and 0.25%, because these are the discount levels. If price is aggressively moving below 0.25%, then we will target the sell side liquidity, okay, that we saw on the 4-hour chart. Until then, we will expect to see a rejection from 0.5. So how will I how am I seeing it? So something like this, dropping down here, okay, possibly consolidating, forming breaker, and then moving higher using the breaker, something like this. So let's see what price does here, okay, folks. Let me put couple other charts here. Dow 15-minute, very good rejection, very good rejection. NQ, let's put it on 1 minute. So what do you guys see? I told you guys that NQ will use this volume imbalance. Do you guys see it? NQ, okay, let me hide some, not symbol, title, what the hell. Okay, open market values, open high and low, and buy and sell button. Okay, now it's clear. When price was here, I told you guys that price will use this volume imbalance as a support, and it did here, right? Price came all the way down, hit the volume imbalance, went up, clear out the buy side liquidity. Now is continuing its trend again. Do we have a breaker here now? Yes, this breaker is now a high probability breaker. Why is this a high probability breaker? Because we are slowly approaching towards 920 to 940 macro, folks. Okay, we do have news at 945, but this is the macro, and every single time there is a macro, we expect to see a breaker forming. And do you guys see the breaker on NQ? Yeah, so this low is gonna be my target, and I don't see any potential target down here, so I'm gonna use the standard deviation projection like this, and I'll target -1 standard deviation from here. Once price closes a candle body below, okay, I want to see a fair value gap forming here. If price is not forming a fair value gap, it's okay. We can still expect to see price continuing its trend lower. I'm gonna put an alert on the -1 standard deviation. Dow is doing the same thing that we were expecting. I'm gonna put ES here so we can watch both charts together. So ES also delivered to our target, this low right here. We are yet to reach this low, so this is our lowest target. Price did generated SMT here. Do you guys see it? SMT. But I want to see this SMT getting filled. Okay, I want to see ES move lower. Abdul Rahman is asking no, not Abdul. Alex is asking, do you ever use higher time frame power of 3 from 2 degrees? Before I was using it when I didn't have the subscription, premium subscription. Now I do have the subscription. So I'm just putting the charts here. I'm not using the indicator, but that indicator is very good. Okay, I was using it. I was promoting it on my streams. Okay, so this guy is not me. The red guy that you see by the name HYDRA, this is not me. Abdul Rahman, what is advanced kids structure mean? Is short-term low, short-term high? Okay, I don't use it. Abdul Rahman, short-term high, short-term low, intermediate term low. I don't use it, but you can use it. You can find it on YouTube in my mentor's channel, plus a lot of other students of my mentor made videos about this. I personally don't use it. I just see the lows as a sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity. That's it. Gary, it will open in December or January. Okay. So I'm thinking about passing a challenge live, okay, from the very beginning. So I'm gonna do it with Top Step. Let's see what if they are sponsoring this stream with a funded account, then I'm gonna use a funded account to take trades in front of you, Okay, I'm gonna do that. So I'm waiting for Top Step to respond with a sponsorship offer. So if they are sponsoring the trades that I'm gonna take, I'll take and pass the funded account in front of you guys live. So that will be very informative, right? I did a stream. Yeah, my last stream was about also about a funded account. I was using a funded account live to pass it. I only needed like one trade, and I took that trade live. I took 2 trades live. So one came out to be a losing trade, the other one turned out to be a profitable one, and that trade, by using that trade, I passed the challenge. So you guys can go back and watch that stream. I hope you guys will find it informative. That's where I push the button live, okay, with you all. Here I'm not pushing the button, I'm just explaining what's happening. So now if price reaching inside these quadrant levels, what are these quadrant levels from the 4-hour chart, right? 0.5%, 0.25%. So what I would like to see, I told you guys that this is the discount level. This is the discount level. We are expecting lower prices, but we also do have this relative equal high here. Okay, folks, so now I would like to see the price showing willingness to go towards buy side. We are approaching towards 920. Look at how candle is behaving, folks. Okay, where did it came down? At the 0.5%. Now price is using this 0.5% to go higher. So now let's see, if price is closing a candle's body below this, we will expect to see price going here. If not, we will expect higher prices. Now what do you guys see here? This is a volume imbalance, right? Alongside with this breaker, we have a couple of highs here. So let's see what price does. Okay, I want to see price closing a candle's body above this volume imbalance, and price did show a very good reaction from this 0.5%. We were already expecting price going higher from this level, right? When I started my stream, I marked these levels and I told you guys that I'm gonna watch how price behaves inside here. Now let's see if price forms a breaker here. If price forms a breaker, okay, this is gonna be a high probability trade targeting these relative equal highs up here. As you guys can see, price became choppy. Okay, now the price got rejected from this volume imbalance again. I would like to see price coming down here, and this is gonna be our last line of defense to expect bullish price action. If price is not reversing from this level, it will continue its trend towards sell side. So price did generate a fair value gap here when price closed the candle's body below. The same formation again, folks, on 30-second chart, okay? 30-second chart. Price is fractal, okay? The same thing repeats on every fucking pair, every fucking time frames. So we have our fair value gap, right? It's a CB. And where is this CB formed? Is this CB formed when price closed the candle's body below these breakers? These down close candles, why is it a breaker? Higher high, new higher high. So these down close candles becomes our breaker, right? Price generated relative equal high. So what I would like to see, price coming higher, okay, before it's dropping, coming higher, clearing the relative equal highs, and then going lower. That's what I'm expecting to see. So let's see what happens. And we are inside the macro though, okay? We also have this volume imbalance, okay? So that's the reason I marked the whole down close candles. Otherwise, I would have only marked the last one. Because of the volume imbalance, okay, price is also allowed to reach all the way up here. Now let's see what it does, okay? What it does, we close the candle's body above the 0.5% again. Now let's see, okay? We are not taking this trade, or no, we are not doing nothing other than tape reading and gaining experience, okay? Because this is not a high probability setup yet. Let's look at 15-second chart. What's happening here? Yeah, the same thing on 15-second. I would like to see price rejecting relative equal lows down here. So let's see if price rejects or not. Let's go to 10-second chart. The same thing repeating every fucking time frame there. So price did retrace lower, right? Now I like to see price moving lower. It generated more relative equal lows, okay, down here. So that means what? That means strong target for price. Relative equal lows, folks, always remember it attracts price like a magnet. Why? Because that's where retails put their stop. This is a double bottom, right? So retail will buy from here. So let's see if price is respecting retail logic or the algorithmic logic. Now this is a good level for support, folks, okay? That's why I'm not taking this trade. This is a good level of support for price to go higher, but we also have this high probability setup here. So very, very good, very good. I want to see it going lower. In this trade, 2R is very easy. Every time price forms a breaker, minimum that you are getting is 2R, minimum. Price will not reverse after providing you 1R. Every breaker setup gives you how many chances? Couple of chances to enter. So price did clear out the relative equal low. Now we will use the standard deviation projection as there's nothing near price, okay? When price has nothing, I use standard deviation projection to project target, and our -1 is coming here. I would like to see price dropping to -2. Okay, so I'm watching this level, -2 standard deviation. So how many times you heard me calling market today and getting right? How many times, folks? Another relative equal low down here. So I want to see price coming lower, relative equal lows here. So when price generates relative equal low, it gives me confidence to hold my trades, okay? Because these are strong targets. Price is just generating for retails to buy it. Retail will see this pattern. They will be, okay, double bottom again. So now I'm gonna buy. There's SMT. Let's see, where's the SMT? There's no SMT with NQ generated relative equal low. No SMT. They both cleared out the lows, okay? But price did generate a relative equal highs on SMT. So at 9:30, I'm expecting a bullish price action. And this is the level from where I'm expecting price to get support. 0.25% of the 4-hour breakers, right? Retail won't trade on 30 and 50 second because they don't have the gut to do that, but the same thing repeats on higher time frame, right? The same structure will be repeating on higher time frame. So price did clear out the relative equal lows from here. That's where I would take a partial and I'll hold till 2R. I'll put my stop loss at the break even and 2R. That's how I trade. From here all the way down here, you heard me calling every single move that happened here, didn't you? Didn't you heard me calling it? So price did hit the 0.25%, right? This is a good level for reversing, and price did show a very good rejection. Now let's see if price is hitting the -2 standard deviation or expanding higher. We also generated a bullish breaker, folks. Okay, 928. Let me outline the breaker. Now this bearish breaker is not in my attention anymore. Why? We did generated another breaker right here. It's a bullish breaker. So I would like to see price closing a candlestick body with a fair value gap, and I want to see price expand higher, targeting this high. And ultimately, if we have enough volatility and volume, we want to see price going up here. So let's see, folks. This breaker is not yet activated. Why? Price didn't close the candlestick body above. When price closes a candlestick body above, that's when price activates a breaker. But I also taught how to take early entries inside breaker, okay, in my 3-day bootcamp. I taught folks how to take entries using this inversion. So now if I was trading, I would push button here inside this inversion, because price already provided the signal that you want to move higher, okay? And this is something that I taught in my 3-day bootcamp in day 1. This formation, exactly this formation, I call it a reaper, okay? These up close candles, I call it a reaper, and the high probability setup forms here. Now I like to see price coming down inside this breaker and then going higher. 1 minute before the 930 volatility comes in, our target is this high, and ultimately this BPR. Let's see what happens. So Dale, didn't I taught you guys how to take entries from here using this inversion? Okay, the first leg, the second leg. So price did generate a fair value gap. So wow, it came all the way down. Okay, it cleared out the low high here, so it reached for our first target. Now it's coming down, right? So this is something happens, folks, and that's what I'm expecting to see today. That's why I'm avoiding trading today. So you will have to know when you want to trade, when your high probability setup will form, and today is not it. Okay, PM session today I'm expecting it to be good, but AM session not really. That's why when I started my stream, I told you guys that I'm only gonna be focusing on tape reading today. This is a low probability day with a lot of news, medium and high impact news, and very nice delivery towards sell side. After price cleared out the buy side liquidity from here. So where price is going, let's go to the higher time frame, and we have the low here, right? We have the low here, and I told you guys that we have a unfilled regular trading hour gap. So if price is going below this fair value gap, I would like to see price coming all the way down here. Okay, so when price opened, right, it generated a gap here. So I believe price will come back at this level to fill up this gap, because there's no trading right here, and it got this gap it got generated at 9:30, right? That's when the market opens in regular trading hours. Electronic trading hours, it runs all day. And okay, let me mark it. This gap is coming at where? Just below the BPR. Okay, so I would like to see price reaching all the way up here after providing liquidity towards the sell side. So for that, now we will focus on higher time frame, because on lower time frame we don't see anything near to the price. So higher time frame will be very beneficial to call the market. We do have a couple of order blocks along with this fair value gap. Okay, so this is a potential reversal zone for price. Why? Because we got a fair value gap alongside with the order block. So order block and fair value gaps are high probability condition. Okay, so NQ did provided us a -2 standard deviation trade, right? I told you guys that -2 standard deviation is here, and we call the market from this breaker. Okay, even before that, so NQ did delivered. Okay, NQ did delivered from the breaker. Sorry, I was talking about ES. My bad. So we had a very beautiful breaker on NQ, right? Higher high, new higher high. I told you guys that this breaker will support price lower, and it did. Price generated relative equal lows. Price came back to this breaker, and it went down. Very, very beautiful rejection. But this week, yeah, it will take us out this week right here. See the low probability condition, folks. Price is respecting our logic, but it's also generating big wicks, and that's what price does before every high impact news. So high probability condition is after the high impact news. Before the high impact news, it's a low probability condition. So this is our target now. We would like to see price reaching here. As this is a bullish PD area. What is this PD area? It's a fair value gap with order blocks from 50-minute chart. So let's see, if price wanna come down, it can come down all the way down here from this level right here. So another beautiful market calling, right? Exactly here I told you guys that price will go lower. I showed you the target. This is not a random level. Okay, I'm not just targeting, okay, this is a price level I'm targeting. No, it has a logic. What logic? It is a fair value gap with order block in the 50-minute chart. From here, when price was at this candle, I called the market lower. And do you guys see how each and every candle is behaving? Yeah, that's why I'm avoiding trading today. No trades for me today because of this, because I'm expecting these long weeks. If I'm in a trade, I'm right, okay? I'm right calling the market, but these weeks will generate emotion inside me. And when I'm trading, I don't want to see getting emotional. I want to see low resistance liquidity run, price hitting my TP in 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm done. But today it's not going to happen. Today price will just consolidate, deliver with choppiness in high resistance liquidity run. So our target is still the same. We want to see price coming all the way down here. Gary, I'm originally not Canadian, not a born Canadian. I've been living in Canada for 8 years. He only trades indices. Yeah, I'm only trading indices, no forex or anything. What I believe, forex will go away. Okay, what's happening was that like the digital currency that will come in, it will replace forex. So if I'm trading on forex, it's not gonna be long term, and I want to trade on something that will serve me long term. Okay, so price did came back to this fair value gap. Our stop loss is at break even now because price moved in our favor, right? Our target is here, but if price is going up, we don't fear it. We don't fear it. Why? Because the same scenario will repeat again. Price may not provide us money today, but in future it will. It will. So if I was in this trade, okay, I would close it here once price like is moving higher from here, because this is what generates emotion. When price behaves like this, not respecting a PD area, it generates emotion. Okay, and that's everything that generates emotion. I avoid it. I share my executions on Twitter. Okay, if you guys go on my Twitter account and check out the highlight section, you guys will find a lot of live execution there. Every single video has a low resistance liquidity, right? Like price hitting the breaker and then exactly sharp drop towards sell side or buy side, like no choppiness like this. And this is what I consider as a high probability, and today is not it, folks. Okay, do you have a group I want to join? I'm doing a 3-day bootcamp, 3-day workshop. Okay, so you can access the recording. We are already done doing day 1 and day 2. We are yet to do the day 3. So you will find the link to join the Telegram group in the description, and from there go and check out the pinned message. That's where you'll find all the info how to join. Okay, the value that I shared, if you compare it with money, $80, the value is way more than that. Okay, way more than that. Every one of my mentorship, sorry, 3-day workshop people will say that it was, I put the work in. Okay, I charge the money for my time, and the work that I did, folks, you will see it when you see the presentation that I did. I put in the hard work. Okay, I put the value for my people to become consistent profitable. Anyone can make money, but consistently profitable, that's the thing that mostly people can't do. And what does it mean becoming consistent? Knowing when to avoid a setup, knowing when to take a setup, knowing when is your high probability day. And that's what makes a trader a consistent trader. If you don't know when you are not trading, when price will behave in a consolidation, in an accumulation range, okay, how will you trade? Just based on guessing, just becoming lucky? Bro, are you from Montreal? Yes, I am from Montreal. News is 3 minutes. That's what I'm waiting for, Dale. News in 3 minutes. 9:45. That's a medium impact news though. Medium impact. Do you guys see it? Medium impact news. Chicago PMI. Let's see what price does. Price general relative equal high here. So we have an inversion. So if price is coming down, inside this inversion, I would like to see price using this inversion to get support towards buy side. Why? Because of the relative equal high that price generated here. So the formation that I'm expecting for the news release is something like this: price coming down. If I was taking this trade, I'll put my stop loss below this fair value gap, and target is 2R, so above this high, swing high here. So these levels, we are not watching it anymore. Price already showed us what we wanted to see. Now this is what we are expecting to see because of the relative equal high that got generated. At the same time, we also have this unfilled fair value gap with order block. Okay, it's very, price is very near to tap here. I don't have an office. I'm trading from my home. No office. IS. Yeah, we live very near. You live in Montreal. Yeah, it's very near from my home. Like 10-minute drive. Is it SMT? Okay, let me check if it's SMT with ES. If it's SMT, because if it's SMT, price will not respect this inversion. So let me check before the news comes in. 1 minute, only 1 minute remaining. We have low here. Okay, so we have a SMT down here, so no SMT towards buy side. Okay, so there is a SMT on ES. You guys can see. Okay, there's a SMT in both sides. What I believe, price will go higher from this inversion. Let's see what price does, as we have relative equal high here. But we have SMT in both direction, folks. It's a low probability condition. I will not take this setup. Plus price is about to release a medium impact news. So yeah, I'll say you not to push the button. We're waiting for macros, folks. Okay, this is a news release. That's where we expect manipulation. That's when we expect low probability condition. That's what's happening. We still have another opportunity at 9:50 to 10:10. At 10 o'clock we have a high impact news, so we'll be waiting. We have other macros, silver bullet macro. So yeah, there will be a lot of opportunity. So price did came back to the fair value gap with order blocks, right? But at the same time, when price was trading here, right, did you guys saw the wick of the candle? Yes, this is what is low probability. Wick was coming all the way down, then going higher, right? It was not a straight delivery. Price also used this inversion to get support towards sell side, right? We're expecting to see price going higher by using this inversion. Yes, price did generate a relative equal high here now, but now the price hit this fair value gap from the 50-minute chart. I would like to see price going higher. I don't see any potential setup other than a turtle soup. And this is not a breaker, okay? This is a mitigation block, and it's a low probability mitigation block, okay? Why? Because we have a higher time frame support level down here, the fair value gap and the order block. Price hit it beautifully. And we also have an inversion right here, okay? Price activated the inversion. So I would like to, if I'm right in calling market bullish, I don't want to see price going below this inversion. Jai is saying we have a 5-minute bearish breaker and fair value gap on ES. Do we expect to run towards it and then reverse? Okay, let's see. ES 5 minutes, right? Okay, let's see. We have a potential breaker where? I don't see any breaker on 5-minute chart, J. Bearish breaker. I don't see it. Oh, is it here? You were talking about, this is a bullish breaker though. This is a good support level for price. Let's look at dollar, folks. Let's look at dollar. I forgot about dollar. Like what is dollar doing? So dollar. Okay, I wanted to see price coming down, okay? Tapping this inversion and then going higher, but dollar like just went higher. We are expecting higher prices, but from here, price coming down here and then using it as a support to go higher. And I told you guys that if price is closing a candle body above, as this is what price is doing right now, we will go here. And I explained when I started my stream why this zone is so high probability, right? So you have a fair value gap here, right? Price generated another high, which is relatively equal to this. So this is a buying opportunity that I see as we are inside our macro. So how I will do it? I will do it like this, with a stop loss below here, below this swing low, and targeting right up here. Let's see, price gives me entry. If price is clearing this level out, then this setup is not valid. As long as we have equal highs intact here and price is moving lower, we can use this as an entry and target equal high. But if price is clearing out this equal high first, this setup is not valid because we don't have any high probability target near. We have a high probability target here, which is a relative equal high, right? Couple of relative equal highs here, but price is yet to reach here. Okay, for price to go there, I'll have to see price closing a candle body above this breaker. Once price does close as a candle body above the breaker, right, I would like to see price hitting this swing high and then possibly going all the way up here. So we are trading inside a macro. We have 10 o'clock news. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see, folks. Let's see. So price is not giving us a chance to enter here, right? Not like in actual entry, but we are tape reading, and that's what we do when we are tape reading and gaining experience. Yes, there are macro zones in Forex. I already shared the macros for Forex in my 3-day bootcamp group. The macros for crypto and the macros for Forex. So price didn't give us a chance to enter. To me, as long as these equal highs are intact, to me this setup is valid. But we are also approaching towards the 10 o'clock news, right? This is a high impact news, consumer reports, I guess. Yeah, and we also got a non-farm payroll tomorrow, 8:15. Yeah, so a high probability setup I believe will form tomorrow at 8:20 to 8:40. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream, so if I'm streaming, I'll take the trades live in front of you. So what I believe, tomorrow price will form the high probability setup inside 8:20 to 8:40, 8:50 to 9:10, because at 10 o'clock we have a news. So 9:20 to 9:40 macro, that's what we will avoid, as we have a 10 o'clock news. And then we got FOMC 2 at 2 o'clock. So today is a good day. Sorry, tomorrow is a good day for streaming. I may stream tomorrow because a lot of news, folks, like even the FOMC. I may hang out with you all until FOMC releases, right? So we'll see what happens tomorrow. 1 minute before the news releases. So ES also has these relative equal highs. Okay, so it makes sense for ES and Dow to go higher, not lower at 10 o'clock news, but we'll see. NQ, the same thing, relative equal highs. And we also have, okay, 1 minute. So now the price is not respecting this inversion. Okay, my stop loss, I'll close this trade. Okay, so ES also did generate a relative equal lows down here. Okay, this is a SMT. Let's see. Okay, this is not a valid trade idea anymore, because this was our last line of defense. Price, we had high strong target, these relative equal highs, but as it seems like price is not respecting, it's still going lower for the discount PT raise, right? So this is why I'm not trading today. Okay, I may be right, but eventually price will not respect what I'm gonna do. So from my experience, I avoid these kind of days when we have too many high impact news, and the high impact news are near or after the macros. So using this fair value gap again from the 50-minute chart, fair value gap and order block, right? We had it here. So price did another 3 dive formation here. 1, 2, and right here 3. So now if price want to respect this fair value gap, I would like to see it going higher from here. I want to see it going higher from here, closing a candle body above this BPR. Okay, we have a fair value gap here, then another fair value gap here. So I want to see price closing a candle body above and then pushing higher. Once price does that, we'll have another trade, because look at NQ, look at ES. Okay, they are moving together. So this is what a low probability condition. ES and Dow, they should move together, and NQ should move opposite to what Dow and ES doing. But they're moving together, right? I told you guys that this is a low probability condition. We have relative equal highs up here, also up here. So at 10:20 to 10:40 inside the time period, if price is not reversing, that's it, folks. I have no expectation from today anymore. 10:20 to 10:40, I'm just gonna watch these macros with you all. So 3-dive formation here. Let's see if price breaks this fair value gap and go higher. I'm not basically puppeting what ICT is teaching. I see the market with his concept in my own view. Okay, that's what I see as a high probability, as a low probability, and I'm talking from my experience. When Dow and ES moving together, that's a high probability to me. NQ should move opposite direction. It goes with my setup, the breaker that I trade. It goes with my inversion setup. It provides high probability setups when NQ is moving opposite to Dow and ES. So not following like ICT blindly, okay? Using my logics to what makes sense to me. And this is what makes sense to me. Yeah, Dow respecting the 0.25 level plus. I think it is yet to hit the midway. Yeah, it hit the midway right here. So I like to see price expand higher from here, as we did tap inside the midway. So let's see if price goes higher. Our target is same, okay? Target is remaining the same, these relative equal highs. So yeah, once price closes a candle body above this inversion, we'll have a trade idea. So NQ has a SMT with these two. So this is not a high probability SMT. A high probability SMT is when NQ and ES are doing the divergence and Dow is doing the opposite, like not generating the SMT. But here, as you can see, Dow generated the SMT, and NQ, Dow and ES generated the SMT and NQ didn't. But we have our logic on the side, right? Well, I would like to see price going higher and closing a candle body above this specific fair value gap. Dollar, okay, dollar did hit our target, okay? Dollar did hit our target. So now I want to see dollar moving lower and indices moving higher. So this is what I'm expecting to see on dollar, moving lower from here. If it's going higher, then this is our last line of defense. What is this? Weekly opening price. So if price is going above this, it's just going for to fill this fair value gap. So I'm still expecting a lower price action on dollar, okay, and a higher price action on Dow, NQ, and yes. So price did close the candle body, folks, above here. So what was the trade idea? Okay, we missed the trade. The trade idea was when price closed the candle body and was doing a immediate rebalance right here. So this is what I was expecting, right? And this is the trade. I was late calling it because it happened too fast. I was looking at dollar. Anyway, our target is here, and this is the trade setup. And do you guys see why I told you guys that I want to see price closing a candle body above here? Okay, this is a turtle soup setup. and this is a safe entry. This is aggressive, this is a safe entry. When price closed the candle's body, look at the next candle. It opened, it came down, hit the inversion, and then went up. Okay, my 3-day bootcamp folks know why this inversion is so powerful. So you can expect a market structure shift happening when price goes above a inversion. Okay, this is a jam that I'm dropping. You don't necessarily need a swing high price to go above a swing high to confirm a market structure shift. There are advanced way to do that. So the price did respected this SMT with the Dow and NQ. Sorry, Dow and ES, and NQ has this relative equal lows down here with SMT. So price did generated a fair value gap here, right? So our next target will be this swing high. We delivered to our first target, which is here. Okay, from this low. I told you guys even before I put this here. Okay, this RR tool I put it late, but I shared the logic before price did it. Before price was doing it, I shared the logic, like why price should do it, how price should do it. Price did 3 dive formation here, 1 2 3, right? Turtle soup entry, this gray shaded box. What is this 50-minute fair value gap with order block, right? So I was waiting for price to go above this BPR. You will go back and you will hear me saying the exact thing, and that's when I told you guys that it will be an entry. That's where price will generate an entry. And when this candle came down, hit this inversion, sorry, BPR, and went up, right? That's what we expect to see. Immediate rebalance. So now this immediate rebalance that I'm talking is not same as ICT. I don't see immediate rebalance the way ICT does. I see immediate rebalance like this. So this is our target. This is a breaker, right? So if you were like on watching it on 30-second, no entry basically, but we do have fair value gap. So let's see what price does. If price is clearing this level out first, I'm not gonna take an entry from here. I'm not gonna like expect price moving from here if price is clearing out this swing high first. As long as this swing high is intact and price is moving lower, I would like to see either 2 of these fair value gap getting hit. This one is the high probability fair value gap. So in this condition, where will I put my stop loss? Below this last up close candle, this one. But price didn't reach all the way down here, right? It's just moving higher. So yeah, this setup is not valid anymore, and we reached our second target, folks. So this is it for today, folks. I did deliver a couple of signals, right? And I believe eventually, like if you're taking my signals and trading, managing the risk perfectly, you would came out profitable today. Would have came out profitable today, right? Because 2 trades were like did opposite to what I was talking about. The other trades, more than 3-4 trades that did the same as I talked, right, as I expected. So I hope you guys found my stream insightful. If you guys did, hit the thumbs up button, and this is gonna be it, folks. Okay, this is a low probability day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be another session at 8 or 8:30. Okay, I'll try to open it at 8 because at 8:15 we have non-farm payroll, so we will watch it together. And yeah, that's gonna be it, folks. Take care and peace. I'm closing it here.